Hi everybody, this is Tim from Boatshed Drop Brokers on board this Hanse 371 for a look at exterior, cockpit and interior in glorious virtual reality. So what does that mean to you? Well, that means that all you need to do is click and drag your screen or swipe your screen up, down, left or right, whenever you like, wherever you like. And we hope that this really lovely feature enables you to feel what it's like to be on this boat without actually being here. How cool is that? Some people are a little bit sensitive to the camera, to the movement of the camera, so if I'm going to move the camera I will let you know so you can avert your eyes, and when the camera is safely back down I'll let you know again, and you can return to the tour with me and we can continue together, but let's hope that doesn't happen. So where am I? I'm sitting in the cockpit of this very nice yacht, and as you can see, lovely white, lovely teak, lovely blue. She looks like she's been very well looked after. But how does the cockpit work? Well, as you can see, I'm sitting on the starboard side, and my behind is sitting on teak instead of plastic, so we're not too hot, we're not too cold. Very nice wide seats. There's seating for four, or there's seating for one either side to recline like I just was. And we've got a really nice wide companionway, so that means that people can get in and out without knocking the knees of the people sitting here as well, so not obstructed at all, and feeling really rather roomy. Now while she's feeling rather roomy and feeling open to the sea and open to the weather, I'd be quite happy here in bad weather because we've got nice high coamings here to hide behind. We've got a lovely great big cockpit here, spray hood here as well. This particular boat does have some dodgers, although they're not fitted at the moment. But yeah, feeling very nice. We've got a great big cockpit locker here which you could climb into if you wanted to. We lift it up and there's an absolute cavern down there which is also accessible from inside the saloon as well, which is really rather handy. The traveller for the main sheet is about in the middle of the cockpit here, so whilst that may intrude into the operations of the cockpit and you still need to keep an eye on what the main sheet's doing, etc., when you're driving, etc., it does mean that he's close at hand to the helm if he needs it. If he or she is short-handed, they should be able to control that themselves, no bother. So best of both worlds really, I think. And again, just looking around to see how well equipped we are, you may or not be able to see the brakes for all the lines that are led aft. We've got two really nice Harken winches here, which are self-tailed as well. Nice big strong winches, and the working ends of all the ropes are put in these rope tidies as well, which is really nice. I like it very much. So feeling like a very well equipped yacht. And then just coming aft slightly, we can see we've got more Harken winches, slightly bigger, self-tailed as well, so fantastic for short-handed or solo sailing, really lovely. Just moving aft again a little bit more, we can see, although I can't fold up at the moment, we have a nice cockpit table here as well, two cup holders, so the leisure sailors amongst us should be happy too, so we can sit out here and have lunch or tea or breakfast even if we want it. Now to get round to the helm itself, it's a hop up rather than a shuffle round. You could shuffle around, but it would be a little bit tough, so I just hopped up and went round the wheel. No problem, there's plenty of room to get round. And if I just look at the helm position, I can see standing here I've got a great view through the spray hood windows, and I've got views all around me as well, so really great for watch keeping at sea. Nice big wheel so we can sit on either side and control. We've got the seats protrude inwards here as well, so you can lean back and really see around the spray hood and see where you're going, so very nice design. Down by my feet we do have the emergency steering position here. We have a cockpit shower here, we've got the shore supply incomer here, we've got the engine start stop, so coupled with the controls in front of him, we've got the engine throttle there, we've got the compass here, a nice Raymarine touchscreen unit and all the usual navigation instruments up there. Coupled all those together, you've got a really nice compact control centre here, which means that the helm should be able to really control this boat well without actually leaving it. We've got stereo speakers down there as well. We've got a remote VHF speaker by the looks of it, and all in all, feeling like a very nice place to steer a boat. We've got another two lockers here, very heavy lids, which is brilliant. That probably does attest to the quality of the build of this boat. Again, access to that great big locker down there. Down here we've got another massive locker with the bilge pump located in there as well, and the operation of it there. The camera itself, I won't lift you up at the moment. Now the camera itself is sitting on another cockpit locker here, again giving you that ability to sit back and steer from here, so no need for twin wheels. And in here we've got the double gas locker, and we've got the diesel air heating unit there too, so very, very nice. Feels very light and open at the stern. At the moment we've got the cover in here, so if we want to go swimming, etc., or perhaps if we wanted to recover somebody from astern, that goes away, ladder goes down, and we've got really good access from here. And obviously we have the cockpit shower to wash ourselves off as we get back. But if you want to keep the weather out and keep the people in, the plexiglass goes in, swim ladder comes up, and the guardrails, which are struck at the moment, come back on, and we're feeling nice and secure. All in all, very, very nice cockpit. Looks great. This particular boat, she looks in exceptional condition, very, very nice and clean, and the teak looks great too. So let's pick you up, and what I'm going to do, this will be an extended pickup. I'm going to pick you up and carry you around the other deck, upper deck. So here we go. We'll go for a quick walk around the upper deck before we go down below. So as you can see, very nice step over the coaming there onto the side deck, all the way along here, no problem at all. Past the winches, we've got a nice grab rail on the spray hood there, which lots of boats don't have, and a really, really nice wide deck going forwards, which I really like. But there's not much to hold on to apart from the guardrails, which you wouldn't really want to do until you get to the grab rail here. So that's just something to think about. So I think we'd be ambling along nice and low down here. But take a look at the teak. It looks lovely. We've got these fantastic tow rails here as well, which keep which allow water out whilst giving you lots of strength on the boat, and also lots of strength to put your feet against, and also the ability to attach shackles, ropes, anything you might like to on there in a temporary way. I also noticed this boat's got midship cleats as well, so that's really great for coming alongside when you're short-handed or solo. Really, really handy, fantastic. Now if you look, I've just stood up again, if we just look at the coach roof, we can see, sorry about the wind noise there, we can see the lines coming aft through the tidies and then straight into the underneath the spray hood there, really lovely. We've got the life raft in a nice accessible place, and as you can see we've got hatches all over the place giving us light and air down below, which is what we need. Now to get forwards we can either hop up onto the coach roof, which is fine, we've got textured non-slip here, or we can just venture around the shrouds here, very nice and easy to get past. And the first thing we notice when we get here is that we've got the self-tacking foresail, so we've got the furling foresail up forward, self-tacking gear, so we're all nice and easy for those people who are short-handed. And then walking up to the foredeck, or the forepeak, you can see really nice, unobstructed, and the forepeak is almost completely unobstructed, which is lovely. We've got the anchor locker here, let's have a look, there we go. We've got the windlass down below, plenty of storage there for a few of the bits and pieces, but I would try and keep that unobstructed. Sorry if the wind noise is blowing a little bit, but I'll try and shelter the camera slightly, there we go. But looking back you can see how handsome this boat is, or pretty, depending on whether you think she's a he or she. Lovely white coach roof, lovely looking teak as well. As I mentioned, we've got the self-tacking, we've got the nice big spray hood, we've got the lines going aft, and all the sail covers looking good order as well, so very nice indeed. So let's carry on back to the cockpit via the port side, and again I'm not having to dodge anything until I get to the shrouds, where it's just a quick swing round, no problem at all, and then again unencumbered access along the port side, and a really, really nice and easy hop into the cockpit. Really lovely. So what I'll do is I'll take you down below, so I'm still carrying the camera, and we'll take a walk over the lip. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps down, and I'll place you in the galley there. Hopefully you'll be safe and sound. So the camera is now steady if you've been averting your eyes, and you're inside this lovely Hanse 371. What do you think? Well, I think it's probably one of the favourite boats I've been on, and I've been on lots of boats. Loads of head height, beautiful woodwork everywhere, and it all looks like it's just come from the builder's yard. Deck is really, really lovely and is virtually unmarked, and where things are white and light, they should be. Where things are shiny, there should be, and she just feels like a really, really lovely place to be. But let's have a little bit of a tour in more detail, shall we? So as we're coming down the companionway, You notice how nice and easy it was for me one-handed while I was carrying the camera. We've got handles here if we need them, we've got handholds where we need them, we've got really deep fiddles everywhere if we need them. Bit of a gap here to the saloon table with more slightly smaller fiddles until we get to here, but we do have handholds along the side of the boat as well. So really in weather I think I'd feel quite safe down here. Certainly if I was coming from the cockpit down the companionway into the head, which is the route that lots of people are taking all day or night while you're sailing. Very nice and easy to get into, and if it's wet out there, you're only bringing the wetness to this part of the boat, you're not going all the way up forwards. So quite a nice design, very nice. The companionway itself, very nice and easy to take the pins out and take the companion away, which gives you access to the cupboard here, or the door here, to let you look at the engine. But of course when you do that, you're taking the companionway out of action very briefly, but we do need to do those checks at sea, hopefully once an hour everybody while the engine's running, and we can do that from here if we want to. There we go, there's side access to the engine, really lovely. And on the port side here, which we'll see shortly, there's another access to the engine there as well. Now you're sitting in the galley, which is very well located. It's L-shaped and it's really handy for passing things up, receiving things back down from the cockpit, so the cups of coffee, the cups of tea, the cup of soups, the whatever it is you're eating. Very nice and easy, straight to the sink. And also you've got really good access to pass things over or walk things around to the saloon as well. So very, very conveniently located. And around the twin sink units, we've got this really nice deep fiddle, which is going to stop anything slopping over the sides or rolling over the sides. Although if it's going that way, it will make its way over there, probably in the cooker area. But nice design anyway, and all lovely wood too. Let's walk to the back of the compartment where we'll just have a look through this door. Now you may or may not be able to see the size of this locker. You can actually crawl in there, no problem at all, and there is access from above, as I showed you in the cockpit. So very, very nice indeed, so you can go in there without getting wet and cold if you want to. So let's have a look at the galley again. Gas alarm, we've got lovely cupboards everywhere, all nice proper wood I call it. Feels solid, feels clever. There are cup holders, wine bottle holders inset into them where sensible, and altogether feeling like there's lots of room for all your bits and pieces. And for boats of this size, or bigger actually, lovely great big work surface, a proper work surface. There are no fridges or freezers inset into it, which make it unusable if you're in the fridge. It's a permanent work surface, so you can have your kettle here, your coffee maker here, your chopping boards, etc. And it really feels nice and practical. We have cupboards underneath again, which you can't see from where you are, but all of the space underneath this work surface is given over to stowage, which is lovely. And then we move forward slightly, you can see we've got the gimbaled cooker, 2 burners and an oven underneath. Looks exceptionally clean as well, like the rest of this boat, which is absolutely fantastic. And then in the corner of the L here, we've got the fridge. There we go, sits up on its own, very nice and deep. There we go, so plenty of room in there for probably a week or so's worth of frozen food. Very nice. Another cupboard above here with they look like insets for wine glasses, etc. But all in all, feeling like a very nice area. Doesn't feel cramped, doesn't feel in the way. Nobody has to get past the chef. I mean, unless you want to go into that locker, which is probably going to be fairly rare at sea, etc. So nice and out of the way, very nice and big. Everything you need in a galley, I think. Just looking around from where you are, the compartment itself. So let's do the head height test. So I'm 5'9", sorry for turning my back. 5'9", well over 6 feet there, and that's at the shallow end, and coming up to the high end here, even more there. So plenty of headroom, so the taller amongst you will be very happy down here. We have hatches inset into the head lining. So we've got lights, we've got air coming down here if we want it. We've got windows running port and starboard all the way down. We've got an opening window above the galley here. We've got an opening hatch here above the cooker as well. So that's good for letting the cooking fumes go. And all in all, if you look around, the wood looks great. I nearly said good, but that would have been rhyming. The white is white, the cream is cream, and everything looks just so on this boat. She has been very well looked after. she's been invested in with all of the right things, engine, standing rigging, etc. So she's a really viable prospector. But as you can tell, I like her. But let's pick you up and let's take you to another bit of the boat. So I'll take you in and I will put you straight in the middle of the saloon table. There you go. I'll step back so you can have a look about. And yeah, you're in the main entertaining part of this boat. Very nice and wide. The accommodation is really wide on this boat, which means that we are compromised on storage behind the seats. There is none, but there is storage underneath the seats. But that means that down here we've got more room than I think the average boat of this size, and it feels really nice and roomy down here. You're on the saloon table. I'll go and sit here by the navigation table. You're on the saloon table, really nice large one, very nice and shiny. We've got wine bottle storage underneath, and we've got seating all the way round the fiddled table with storage underneath, and as I said, not behind. But behind and above the seats we do have cupboards. There we go, we have shelves, etc. And I really like these rattan style cupboards because not only do they look good and a little bit different, but also they're keeping the contents of the cupboards in and not out, but they're also allowing air to circulate through constantly as well, so hopefully resisting the build-up of damp and mildew, perhaps if somebody's not on board for very long. Very nice idea, looks great. We have a TV on the front bulkhead there, and if you come around to this side, you can see I'm sitting on the forward-facing navigation table. Decent size, not full size, but it's fiddled. We've got stowage inside for all your charts, etc. And plenty of room to sit here and really brace yourself in if you need to. And there's good access here to cupboard, and also we've got VHF, we've got heater controls, stereo, electrics panel, etc, etc. So really a nice place to sit and navigate from, although we are a distance from the companionway and from the skipper or the helm, so could be some shouting involved when it comes to navigating, but who knows. But for those of you who don't like the forward-facing navigation tables, we can swap that, and now we've got an aft-facing navigation desk. Does the same as the forward version, but now I've got line of sight to the captain or the skipper or the helm, whoever he or she is, and with a bit of a shout I might be able to communicate a little bit better. But that's a minor compromise having this table down here, because what that does mean is you've got two lovely chairs to sit here, and it just extends the entertaining stroke eating area down here, and you've got a nice cockpit table or bar right next to you as well, so very nice indeed. Like it. Right, let's pick you up and take you forwards again. There we go, through the door into the forward cabin. There we go. Now there you're sitting in the forward cabin of this lovely Hanse. What do we think? Well, the ceiling or the headlining does slope down. This is the front of the coach roof here, but there's still loads of room here until there, and that would be where you're lying down anyway, so I don't think that would be much of a bother. Nice cream coloured headlining, that's never going to get mouldy. All you need to do is wipe that once, probably every few years, to be honest. We've got cupboards port and starboard, so nice hanging lockers for both of you. We've got plenty of changing room in here, so we can get in here, close the door and change in privacy, no problem at all. Have fiddle shelves above. We have fiddle shelves either side, port and starboard, nice deep fiddles as well. And as you can see, the hull is lined with wood, and it's just carrying on the really lovely wood feature through to the forward cabin and making it a really, really nice place to be. Doesn't feel confined, doesn't feel a bit kind of shoved out the way, feels like a really nice place to be, and I'd be flattered to be asked to stay in here. We have a hatch above as well, so we can open that, let light and air in. All in all, really great place to spend a weekend, I think. And then just to mention the actual berth, it's a permanent V berth. We've got really nice long beds, nice and wide as well, so we don't have compromise on the comfort down here, I don't think. Underneath the berth we've got the water tank, and either side there's a little bit of stowage there too, so very nice space indeed. Right then, let's pick you up and we'll take you back through the door, past the saloon and the navigation station, and I'll take you into the head. A single head boat this is, there we go, and a very good one it is too. Starting from the top, we've got the opening hatch there, so that's great for letting condensation out, etc, etc. Looking around, this particular boat looks very nice and clean. Nice rounded GRP moulding in here, so nice and easy to clean, I think. We've got the shower attachment there, we've got a draining floor here, we've got the manual head here, and all together we've got plenty of room. It feels nice, light and bright, and there's no ducking down to use the toilet or anything like that. Plenty to hold on to, plenty to brace onto. Cupboards outboard, cupboard underneath as well. Doesn't feel like the usual kind of slightly squashed in yacht toilet. Feels very nice and actually quite inviting. So there we go. Yeah, very nice indeed. Right then, let's pick you up where we'll go to the last compartment on this boat, which is the after cabin. There we go. Only one after cabin on this boat. I'll just perch on the edge of this moulding here, which is maybe they could have put a cushion on here, but there we go. We can perch on here in relative comfort while we're doing our bits and pieces. Let's just appraise the compartment. As you can see, it's a port aft cabin, so we have that kind of we can feel the shape of the boat, we can feel the presence of the cockpit moulding coming in, but all in all, more spacious, less claustrophobic than most boats we tend to see of this size. We only have 2 windows down here, or 2 hatches, but they're both open, which is very important, light and air. Nice long berth, nice wide berth, and the main thing for me down here is that the cockpit moulding doesn't protrude too low in here, so we've got lots of room to clamber in, clamber out, and the person who's sleeping on the inboard side here has plenty of headroom. You'll never be sitting up to read in here, I don't think, but it doesn't feel like you're the whole world's collapsing on top of you when you're laying there, I don't think. We can see we've got the nice wood-lined hull again, very nice. Nice big fiddle shelf above there with some cockpit cushions on it. Very nice long berth and an exceptionally wide berth as well. And beneath that we've got the usual kind of characters lurking. We've got the batteries, we've got the shaft line, etc, etc, which is all nice and easy to get to. All you need to do is move the mattresses, lift the lids out of the way, and Bob's your uncle. And then behind this door here, we've got access to the port side of the engine, so really good access to the port, starboard and forward ends of this engine, and then down to the shaft line underneath that part of the berth there. So feeling rather good. Very nice indeed. So let's pick you up for the final time, and I will rest you somewhere in the middle of the compartment. I'll put you by the galley so you can see the galley and the saloon, whichever you would like to. So this has been Tim from Boatshed Yacht Brokers, taking you for a tour around the cockpit, the upper deck and the interior of this Hanse 371. As you can see, she's holding her A's very, very well. We've got a lovely open cockpit, really well equipped, very nice and easy to traverse upper deck, and also looking in really nice condition too. And then down here we've got this boat that doesn't look far off new to me down here. Lovely woodwork everywhere, the deck looks lovely too, and the accommodation simply is a really, really lovely place to be. Hope you've enjoyed the tour. Do look around the rest of the channel. We've got lots more boats to look at and have a look around in virtual reality. Please do take a look, and thanks for joining us on board this boat. We hope to see you again soon. Take care.